Many thanks for sticking with us right here on Breakfast Central on News Central. Let's take you to Ethiopia this time, where Prime Minister and Nobel Peace Prize winner Abiy Ahmed himself has announced that he will lead his country's soldiers on the front lines of the war against advancing rebel fighters. Now, in the latest escalation of the year-long conflict between his government and the rebel groups from the northern Tigray region, now Abiy referred to the push as the final fighter to save Ethiopia from internal and external enemies who he claims are ready to build their strength on the weaknesses of Ethiopia.
Now, to bring more insights on this, we have our East African correspondent, Abdinol Aden. Thank you for joining the program, Abdinol. Now, what do you make of this move by President Abiy Ahmed?
A very good morning to you, to Olu and Oli. And today, surprisingly, I'm going to do this through the mask. And as you've rightly put it there, this is something that has continued to attract lots of interest beyond the borders of Ethiopia. Especially by the declaration of Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed that he is going to join the battlefront, and he won't only be just supervising it as a senior government official, but he will be at the battlefield to experience the challenges that the soldiers themselves are going through. And it is a statement released by Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, where he said that in the statement, and I quote, he said, "Both the enemies and friends know it well. All that attempted to encroach the borders of Ethiopia have been routed by its strong arms." Olu and Oli.
Right. It is quite a strange statement now coming from Abiy Ahmed's, cabinet government, him himself preparing for the war front. Does it actually mean that you will get to see Abiy Ahmed wearing, protective gear and going up front like we've seen in the places like Chad and Niger? And how does this really douse the tension between the Tigrayan forces, the rebel fighters, and the government? Does it look like this is more like stoking more fuel into the fire?
Actually, as you said there, immediately Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed issued that statement. Of course, I'll elaborate much into that. But let's first get the reaction from Getachew Reda, who is the advisor of the president of Tigray. So he said, when Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed gave out the call, he said that Abiy's mimicry of Ethiopia's wartime emperors has taken on an all too palpable schizophrenic overtone. And he said that I will have dismissed this is yet another sick joke any day. That was the description given by Getachew Reda. But at the same time, it seems it isn't Abiy Ahmed alone who is going to join the battlefront, because Ethiopia's long-distance runner, Feyisa Lelisa, a very famous athletics champion, he said that I am going to join you, Mr. Prime Minister. And many influential people are expected, of course, to express their support for Abiy Ahmed. He said that Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has made a right decision, and I am ready to draw inspirations from gallantry of my forefathers and repeat what they did in the Battle of Adawa at frontline to save my country. That was posted by Feyisa on his personal accounts. So this is actually a very huge morale booster for Ethiopians who are actually supporting the government's ongoing efforts to control the situation.
Now, Abdinol, this year-long conflict has led to the death of thousands, with more than 2 million people who have been displaced from their homes. Can you confirm to us if Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has any military background?
Of course, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed actually has had lots of history. Of course, not necessarily on the military part, but in parts of matters related to intelligence, matters related to technology. And of course, he's someone who has Ethiopia itself generally, because of its past historical situation, matters related to security, and Ethiopia has one of the strongest security internally and within its borders. It hasn't been witnessing the challenges of attacks and explosions, unlike neighboring countries in East Africa and Horn of Africa. We've had recent days situation in Uganda. So Abiy Ahmed has a strong security and leadership background. But of course, there are, reactions and responses regarding his battlefront experience. So, but we're going to see how this one goes out.
Well, I'm really curious because as an African, we remember how in 2019, when he was awarded a Nobel Peace Prize Award, and there was lots of celebration and also criticism. There have been calls for him to be stripped about that Nobel Peace Prize Awards in the recent weeks regarding the year-long battle with Tigray and the government. And now, a Nobel Peace Prize winner wants to go to a war front. Come on, Abdin, this doesn't really bode well for whatever the government of Abiy Ahmed's government is leading right now. And can't this really sink the country deeper into divisions of civil war to the brink of an edge?
I mean, the Nobel Peace Prize has really come out, been mentioned, been spoken about. The irony of from a Nobel Peace Prize winner to somebody who is rallying the people to the battlefront. There is lots of contrast. There's a lot of irony there. But at the same time, it depends on which side of Abiy Ahmed. There are those who are actually saying that the Nobel Peace Prize should not gag him from defending his soil, from protecting his own country. And they say if the work of the Nobel Peace Prize was a way of trying to stop Abiy Ahmed or influence his decision in terms of not defending his country, then we don't need that Nobel Peace Prize. But at the same time, those of opposing view regarding what the symbol of the Nobel Peace Prize is, this is an award that we've seen it being received by the greatest of men and women who've played a huge role in peace. And Abiy Ahmed himself was issued the Nobel Peace Prize because of his unifying and peace-related efforts. So the Nobel Peace Prize has actually come up and many conversations regarding actually the entire conflict and the war Ethiopia is in currently. So what many are really asking now, Abiy Ahmed being the first ethnic Oromo leader in recent years in Ethiopia, is to what extent that he will look at the many things at stake here, not only on Ethiopia, but on his own future and leadership position beyond Ethiopia.
All right.
We'll continue to follow that story right here on Breakfast Central and on News Central. And you'll be our eyes and ears over there in East Africa. Once again, Abdul, thank you once again for coming on the program.